everyone, I am Dr. J. Nandhini, Assistant Professor of English from the Standard Fireworks Rajaratnam College for Women, Sivahasi. The topic for this session is Native American Literature, Voices, Stories and Cultural Heritage. As students of literature learned the history of American literature, there has always been a constant emphasis on America's lack of rich mythical or literary heritage. Early American writers often borrowed from the European literary tradition. Native American voices had been silenced for centuries by the colonial narratives, and their rich oral tradition and cultural heritage were denied recognition as an integral part of American literature. This has been happening for centuries. It's high time Native American literature claimed its place in the American literary tradition and in world literature as well. This presentation explores the presence of indigenous voices in American literature. For thousands of years, Native American communities preserved their cultural knowledge through stories passed through generations, passing on essential cultural wisdom through the power of memory and performance. The stories were of different types. There were sacred ceremonial stories, moral tales that taught morals to children, and there were also histories of tribal migrations. Pre-colonial Native American literature can be divided into three types. First, creation myths, number 2, animal fables, and number 3, seasonal tales. Creation myths are different tribes have different kinds of creation myths. All of them involve animal participation in the creation process. The Cherokee tribe's version talks about how animals collected mud from the bottom of the ocean and created the land. And animal fables had characters, animals as characters like coyote, raven, bears, beetles. These creatures are often used as characters in animal fables. Seasonal tales emphasize the cyclical view of time, where seasons symbolize the journey of life, highlighting a profound relationship between humans, nature, and the sacred. Colonization had a devastating and lasting impact on Native American cultures, leading to the forced assimilation of indigenous people through the suppression of their languages, spiritual practices, and traditional governance. European colonizers imposed their own culture, religion, and laws, resulting in displacement, trauma, and cultural loss experienced by the native communities for generations. Early written works of Native Americans consist mainly of autobiographies and political texts. The 18th and 19th centuries saw this shift between oral traditions to written formats, conforming to Western literary standards. Writers wanted to challenge stereotypes and assert their people's presence and rights. Samson Acom, John Rawling Rich, William Apres are some writers of this time. Native American Renaissance is a literary and cultural movement that began in the late 1960s. This is marked by the publication of writer N. Scott Momaday's Pulitzer Prize-winning novel House Made of Dawn. In this particular novel, House Made of Dawn was published in the year 1968. The term Native American Renaissance was coined by critic Kenneth Lincoln. This period saw a surge in Native American literary output. These are some of the prominent voices in contemporary Native American literature. The first one is Sherman Alexie. He is a poet, novelist, and filmmaker. He comes from the Spokane community of Native Americans. The second writer is Louise Erdrich, who is a poet, novelist. She is also author of children's books, and she is from the Ojibwe community. And the third writer is N. Scott Momaday, poet, Pulitzer Prize-winning novelist, and he is from the Kiowa community. He passed away last year. These are some of the recurrent themes in Native American literature: navigation between indigenous cultural identity and the fast-moving American culture, the historical and cultural trauma of forced relocation and cultural erasure, and how indigenous communities survived these conflicts of oppression and discrimination, and how they faced all these problems with resilience. Native Americans now use literature as a text to preserve their language and culture. Native words and cultural and spiritual practices are embedded in literary texts, ensuring cultural continuity. Let me conclude my presentation with an emphasis on the social and cultural relevance of Native American literature, providing authentic perspectives on American history, giving voice to indigenous experiences, and introducing unique storytelling techniques to world literature. With that, we have come to the conclusion of the presentation. I hope it was a very informative and interesting session. Thank you.